No Excuse: The Power of Self-Discipline, written by a New York Times bestseller author Brian Tracy. Introduction. Second part. Take control of yourself. Another definition of self-discipline is self-mastery. Success is possible only when you can master your own emotions, abstinence, and inclinations. People who lack the ability to master their absides become weak and dissolute as well as unreal in other things as well. Self-discipline can also be defined as self-control, your ability to control yourself and your actions, control what you say and do, and ensure that your behaviors are consistent with your long-term goals and objectives is the mark of the sphere person. A discipline has been defined as self-discipline. Things require that you deny yourself the easy pictures, the temptations that load so many people astray, and instant discipline yourself to do only those things that you know are right for the long term and appreciate for the moment. Self-discipline required detailed gratification, the ability to put up satisfaction in the short term in order to be enjoying greater rewards in the long term. Think long term. Psychologist Dear and Ward Binfield of Harvard University conducted a 40-year study into the reasons of upward socioeconomic mobility in America. He concluded that the most important signal attribute of people who achieve great success in life was long-term perspective. Benfield denied time perspective as the moment of time an individual takes into consideration when determining his person actions. In other words, the most successful people are long-term thinkings. They look into the future as far as they can to determine the kind of people they want to become and the goals they want to achieve. They then to come back the present to determine things that they will have to do or not to do to achieve their desired features. The pictures of long-term thinking applies to work, career, marriage, relationships, money, and personal contact, and each other what is observed in the pages achieved. Successful people make sure that everything they do in the short term in consider with where easy when to end up the long term. The percentage self-discipline at all times. Perhaps the most important word in long-term thinking is significant. Spiritual people have the ability to throughout their lives make significant in the short term both large and small so as to ensure greater results and rewards in the long term. You see this willingness to significant in people who spend many hours and even years preparing, studying and upgrading their skills to make themselves more valuable to so that they can have a better life in the future. Rather than spending most of their time scrolling and having fun in the present. A long follow on's word. Those habits can great men own kept were to not achieve by sudden flight, but they, while their campaign split, were trolling upward in the night. Your ability to think, plan and work hard in the short term and to discipline yourself to do what is right and necessary before you do what is fun and easy. It's thing to keep to creating a wonderful future for yourself. Your ability to think long term is developed skill as you get better in it. You become more able to predict with the increases anxiety what is likely to happen to you in the future as the result your actions in the present. This is quality for spiritual thinker. Short-term gain can causes long-term pain. There are two laws that you form the victim to when you fail to practice self discipline. The first is called the law of unintended consequence. This law states that the unintended consequence of an action can be far worse the intended consequence of the behavior because of the law of long term thinking. The second is the law of perceived consequence was say a short term action admitted at immediate gratification can lead to passive or the opposite consequence from those it was amid. For example, you might make an investment for a time many our emotions with the desire and intent to be better of the healthier as result, but because you can act it without carefully thinking or doing your homework, the consequence of your behavior turned out to be far worse than if you had done nothing at all. Every person has had the experience and usually more than once. The common denominator of success. Harvard Guy, a businessman, concluded a long-term study searching for what he called the common determinator of success. After 11 years, he finally concluded the common determinator of success was that successful people make a habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. And what were those things? It turned out the things that successful people don't like to do are the same things that fishers don't like to do either. But successful people do them anyway because they know that is the price they have to pay if they want to enjoy greater success and readers in the future. What they found was successful people are more connected with placing results, was futures were more concurrent at passing methods. Successful, happy people were more connected with the perspective long-term consequence of their behaviors. Whereas unsuccessful people were more connected with the personal enjoyment and intermediate gratifications. Motivational speaker Danes Wealthy has said that the top people were those who were more connected the activities that were goal achieving, whereas if people were more connected with achieving that were tensions relieving. Dinner before dessert. The simplest rule in the practice of self-discipline is to eat dinner before dessert. In a meal, there is a logical order of desserts and dessert comes last. First you eat the main courses and clean your plate, only then to do have dessert. There is a cloud but misleading bumper scare that says, life is short, eat dessert first. There is a cute but misleading bumper sticker that says, life is short, eat dessert first. Junk food. What would happen if you come home after work and instead of eating a healthy dinner, you ate a large piece of apple pie with ice cream? What kind of appreciate to for healthy and nutritious food would you have avoided? With all that sugar in your stomach, how would you feel? Would you feel to reorganized and eager to do something productive? Or would you feel tired and struggle and you ready to wear off the day in literally finished? You get the same result when you go for a drink or two after work and then come home and turn on the television. Those are simply different forms of desert that legally eliminate your ability to do something useful for the rest of the evening. Perhaps the worst part of all is that whatever you can do repeatedly soon become a habit, and habit ounce form is habit to break. The habit of thinking the easy way, doing what is fun and enjoyable, or eating dessert before dinner becomes stranger and stranger. and it leads invalidity to personal weakness and undeserved achievement and failure. The habit of self-discipline. Fortunately, you can develop the habit of self-discipline. The regular practice and disciplining yourself to do what you should do when you should do it. Whether you feel like it is or not, become stronger and stronger as you practice it. You refuse to make excuses. Bad habits are easy to form, bad habits to live with. Good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. And as Grouch said, everything is hard before it's easy. It is hard to form the habits of self-discipline, self-mastery and self-control. But once you have developed them, they become automatic and easy to practice. Within the habits of self-discipline are firmly extant in your behavior. You start to feel uncomfortable when you are not behaving in the self-disciplined manner. The best news is that all habits is learnable. You can learn any habits you need to learn in order to become the key person that you want to become. You can become an excellent person by practicing self-discipline whenever it's called for. Every practice of self-discipline strengthens every other discipline. Unfortunately, every weakness is discipline. Weakness in other disciplines as well. To develop the habits of self-discipline, you first make a firm discipline about how you will behave in the particular area or activity. You then refuse and allow expectations. You need the habit of self-discipline in that area is firmly established. Each time you sleep is well, you resolve once again to keep practicing and self-discipline until it's become easier for you to behave in the disciplined way than behave in the unexpected way. The big payoff. The payoff for developing highest level of self-discipline is extraordinary. There is a direct relationship between self-discipline and self-esteem. The more you practice self-mastery and self-control, the more you like and value yourself. The more you discipline yourself, the greater your sense of self-respect and personal pride. The more you practice self-discipline, the better is self-image. You see yourself and think about yourself in a more positive way. You feel happier and more powerful as person. The development and maintenance of the habit of self-discipline are a lifelong task and ongoing habit. It never ends. The temptation of flow, the path of latest, research and extraordinary factor linked communally. In the back of your mind, they are always waiting for an opportunity to browse, to let you stay into doing what is fun, easy and unimportant rather than what is hard, necessary and life-enhancing. Napoleon Hill concluded his best-selling book of the same name by saying that self-discipline is master to key to race. Self-discipline is to key self-esteem, self-respect and personal pride. The development of self-discipline is your granted that you will be internally overcome all your objects and create a wonderful life for yourself. The ability to practice self-discipline is the real reason why some people are more successful and happy than others. How this book is written. In this page ahead, I will describe the 20 on areas of life is which the practice of self-discipline is a vital fertilizing your full potential and achieving everything that is possible for you. The book is divided into the sections for greater use of use. Part I is entitled self-discipline is the potential success in these 7 characters. You will learn how to release more potential, personal potential by practice self-discipline in every area of your personal life, including setting goals, building characters, accepting responsibility, developing course, and backing everything you do with the practices and determination. In the 7 characters of Part 2, you will learn how to achieve vastly more than ever become in the areas of business, sales, and personal finance. You learn how self-discipline is essential to become a leader in your field of operating a business more personality to make more sales, in visiting more regionality and monitoring your time for maximum results. Finally, in the 7 characters of part 3, you will learn how to apply the miracle of self discipline to your personal life. You will learn how to practice self discipline in the areas of happiness, health, fitness, marriage, children, relationships, and the attainment of place of mind. You will learn how to enhance the quality of your life and your relationships in every area. In each character, I will show you how you can improve higher levels of self-discipline and self-mastery into everything you do. In this page ahead, you will learn how to take complete control over your own potential and professional development and how to become a surrogate helper, more self-disciplined and person in every area of your life that is important you to. You will learn how to break old habits that may be holding you back and how to develop the habits of self-realize, self-determination and self-discipline that will enable to you seek the achieve your any goals. You will learn how to take complete control over your mind, your emotions and your failure. When you master the power of self-discipline, you will become unstable like a force of nature. You will never make excuse for not making progress. You will approach more in the next few months and years than most people are approached in a lifetime. Part 1. Self-discipline and personal success. Your success in life depends more the person becoming than on things you do to acquire. As slow where the ultimate end of life is the development of character. In these chapters, you will learn how to develop and use discipline in order to become an excellent person. You will learn how to develop greater self-esteem and self-respect and personal pride. You will learn the essential disciplines required for personal greatness and how to build them into your own characters and personality. I invite you to listen to the next chapter of this book. Thanks for listening.